On this week's episode of DRULcast, Oz continues his obsession with Rocket League. We talk about Yonder the Cloudcatcher Chronicles, entirely too much Comic-Con news, and one of our most anticipated games, Crackdown 3. Check it out.
What's going on, friends? What's up, gamers, and welcome to DRULcast 196. It's Taraz, and joining me, as always, Mr. J Spit. No, what was it? Jack. No, fuck. I forgot already.
I don't remember, but the Mr. thing's funny.
Jack who dis.
Yeah.
No, something along the lines of that.
Yeah, it's funny. And
oh, Jack, how about that? That's what it is.
Oh yeah, how about now?
How about that?
Catch me outside. How about that? Yeah, Mr. thing is funny, and I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but there'll be a time somewhere in the future where you're gonna get something, and it's gonna be Mr. this or that. You know?
Oh my god.
And the funny thing about it is, it's not intentional.
It just kind of happened.
It happened, and I was like, "Wow, it's really funny, and I like it, and it needs to stay." And then I could tell the whole story later once it's revealed.
After.
Yeah, what it is exactly.
All right. Well, I'll wait for that. I mean, I have no idea what you're talking about, but
right, you're not supposed to.
I'm assuming it's gonna show up with the package.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna show up.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, you got a lot of stuff to talk about, right? Like San Diego Comic-Con happened, and you were there. So, how about I just kick off a bunch of shit that I want to get out of the way, and then you can just go with Comic-Con? Because is it a lot, or?
I mean, I can talk about it for 3 hours,
A while.
or I could talk about it in 5 minutes.
All right, so let me just get Yonder out of the way. Wrote up a little piece on Yonder. We met these guys at PAX, Prideful Sloth.
What's the guy's name in Guardians of the Galaxy? He's like Yondu.
Yondu.
Right,
Close enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, Yonder. I forgot the full name of the game, actually. I should probably know it. The Cloudcatcher Chronicles is the full name. Yonder, the Cloudcatcher Chronicles. Yeah, met these guys at PAX. They were the ones that gave me the I forgot what they were called. Those chocolates from Australia. They're your peoples.
I don't have any peoples.
You like Australians?
I like Australia. Yeah, Australians are cool too. But I mean,
of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, played the game, loved it. Like, I think played it 4th of July weekend. Wasn't out yet. They gave me a review key for it, and I could not stop playing it. It's so much fun. So I really like, just go read that post and just buy the game. It's available PS4 and on Steam. And they're working on a couple of the things. Like, before I even wrote the review, I sent a nice email. Well, I sent a couple of tweets, right? Because I didn't know what to do. I was kind of in between. There were certain issues that I had with the game that I didn't want to talk about publicly. Because, you know, with any game that comes out now, it's gonna have a day one update rather, right?
I would say any game, but there's a lot of games that could have that, correct?
I'm talking like 90%.
I don't know the percentages, but sure,
it's high.
Okay.
So I didn't want to talk about it publicly because I know that it was minor. It's a couple, you know, little glitches or little like screen issues here and there. So I kind of, you know, I had to brush it off. But at the same time, like, how do you review something that has issues without, you know, being an asshole, I guess, right? Like,
yeah.
Because it's not out yet, so I don't know what the final product is going to be. So you kind of have to, you're in a gray area, right?
Well, usually, I mean, at least with hardware reviews, usually hit up like the company or whatever, and you'd be like, "Hey, I'm having these problems. Is this something to expect to be fixed, or not?" You know, and they're usually pretty honest with you. So
I hit them up, and sure enough, they replied back. You know, we got into a nice little conversation about everything. I found a couple of bugs that even their team didn't have, so I was like, you know, it was kind of cool. Like, and I could replicate it, and it was like part of the process. But luckily, with the update, they fixed it and onwards. So, but yeah, I highly recommend this game. It was so much fun. It's a change from the normal, right?
Yeah.
There's no combat. It's just peaceful, right? Like, you just don't experience a game like that anymore. Like, everything, like, you're killing shit, like, always, right? And this was just, like, toned down. Like, I don't want to even say, like, a kids game, but it just because there's a lot of things that go with this game, but it's I don't know. It was just a change from the normal, especially at a time where games aren't really being published. Like nothing is being released right now. At least not many good games are being released right now. And it was definitely a breath of fresh air to play this and to experience Yonder, because the story is fucking great too. So, but yeah, that's that.
Not Yonder.
Not Yondu. Not to be confused with Guardians of the Galaxy. Not Yondu.
Also, I don't know how you're saying the game's not coming out right now, man. There's plenty of games.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not seeing any.
I mean, Splatoon 2, you know.
Sure. I never played the first one, so I don't care. So maybe personally,
multiplayer game, you scored paint, and you did play the first one.
No,
I know
what it is. I fucking played it at PAX when you were here, like 2 years ago. But yeah, no, it's just I just don't see it. It's summertime. It's summertime. Like, not a lot of games come out in summertime.
Lawbreakers comes out.
Nobody cares. Free to play in less than a year. I'm calling it. I'll coin that right now. I'm saying. You can quote me on that.
Wow.
I'll say it. I don't care.
There's a new Life is Strange coming out in like a few days.
You're all about that.
I haven't played the first one. I only played the demo. So, but I'm just saying things are coming out, man. I would say those are decent titles.
Fortnite came out.
No, wait, I thought it's like the 27th or something.
So
I think it's in a few
if
days.
Anybody pre-ordered it, it's out. Like, you could play it.
Right.
You could have played it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got nothing on that. Actually, here's something. When you go on Xbox home screen, the main advertisement space says Fortnite from the creators of Gears of War.
That's interesting.
Misleading or true, or how would you kind of look at that?
True, but kind of like I don't know. I mean,
I didn't know how to take it. I saw the advertisement. I'm like, I played your game. I don't think you should be advertising it this way.
Right. Yeah. Well, first, it's nothing like Gears of War. I mean, I guess third person, but
is that really what you want?
But I mean, also, pretty much the main people who were responsible for Gears of War aren't at Epic anymore. So.
Yeah. And they don't own it anymore.
Right.
So they shouldn't even have it in their title.
Really, yeah, that's a little weird. I do agree with that.
As soon as I saw that on like the front homepage, like as soon as you log in, I'm like, wait, what? No way! Like, you can't, like, right. Why would you even do that? I don't know. Whatever. The Rocket League pullback. I got it once an episode, man. Once it's happening. I'm telling you.
Right.
Big news, man. They shipped out 1 million of those pullback racers.
The little balls.
The little balls, man. They got 1 million balls out there,
wow.
bro. And I own four, maybe 5 of them. But there's 1 million out there. And they're coming soon to Canada, EU, and Oceania. Oceania? How do you say that?
I don't know.
Anyways.
So what you're saying is they're going to sell a lot more.
They're going to sell a shit ton more is what I'm saying. Yeah. That's 1 million US.
Well, that's 1 million shipped, though. That's not really 1 million
shipped.
Sold.
Yeah, not 1 million sold, but
still, they're probably going to sell
a lot of balls
million.
out there.
Exactly. Yeah.
Still a lot of balls out there, man. Fucking love Rocket League. Actually, quick story about Rocket League, and I don't even know if I want to mention. Actually, yeah, fuck it. So, do you know what Liquid Sky is?
No.
So Liquid Sky, actually, you do know.
I want to say I do.
We talked about it,
but yeah.
Yeah, it's like
at the same time.
It's like an emulated computer, I guess, right?
Okay.
Where you download games, you log into your Steam account, and then you download a game through, like, you install Steam. It's like a computer, basically, like a virtual computer. You're remotely connected to it through this software, and they just released an Android client. Luckily for me, I also have a controller, so instantly my brain went, you can play Rocket League on the go?
Oh, brother.
And yeah, so it's only available, well, the mobile version of it is only available on Android right now, so I got a chance to test it. Not that great. Wouldn't play online. At least I wouldn't play like ranked. There's a little bit of a delay, and obviously with a game like this, it's all about that timing. It's all about latency and all that. So there's a little bit of a delay. I would probably only play offline or online, but like a public match, But it got me thinking, man. Like you could emulate like almost any game on there, if it's in your library. For the most part, you can play it. Yeah. So as long as it has controller support, you're good.
It's not really emulation, though, is it?
It's
more like on live.
It's yeah. It's more like on live but how do you like? Is that
game
streamed?
Yeah, game streaming.
Yeah. So it's more that than emulated. Sorry, but it worked.
Yeah.
If it worked,
right.
I got on, I started playing. It's a little pricey. I don't want to go through pricing model or anything like that, but if you are interested in getting more information on that, just go look up Liquid Sky, because it's interesting. I thought it was cool, and the fact that I got to play Rocket League on I saw Rocket League on my fucking phone, like that was awesome for me, right? But any single player game that you decide to get, I don't see anything wrong with enjoying it on the go like that. But yeah, Liquid Sky, go check that out. And that's pretty much all that I have. So let's go and get into some Comic-Con news.
Yeah, I mean, you can talk about
your experiences.
You can talk about some Cryptozoic if you want.
I don't want to talk about Actually, no, I don't want to talk. I mean, if you want.
Yeah, you should. You were real worked up about it.
I'm a little upset. I mean, I brought it up to a couple of people, like outside who don't give a fuck. I was so mad. So one of my friends was actually in San Diego probably a couple of days before Comic-Con. He's like, dude, I was downtown and everybody was like prepping for it.
Yeah.
Like everybody was talking about it. Everybody was, doing their thing. And he's like, it must have been huge. Like I could tell, like if the lead up to it was huge, the event itself was even bigger.
Insane. Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah.
So, anyways, so with him telling me that, I started telling him about Cryptozoic and all this other stuff. So, nothing but respect for Cryptozoic, right? I think that their games are really fun. I think that their collectibles are great when you can get your hands on them.
Yeah, it was really difficult.
I guess that's the way to put it.
Right.
So I don't know exactly how long you waited in line for any of this stuff.
The first day, so Comic-Con, Wednesday night, they do a preview night, and Thursday is the first official day. So it opens every day, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday at 9:30 in the morning. I waited from 9:30 until, it was probably like 10:30, 10:45.
About an hour?
Hour and 15 minutes, yeah. I mean, that doesn't include the time actually waiting to get into Comic-Con, too. I was probably there at like 8:30 or something. But, I mean, at Cryptozoic's booth, I waited probably a total of an hour.
Damn.
And what they did, Oz asked me to get this Harley Quinn Golden Goddess. And it's exclusive. How many are there? 200 or 500 of them? Something like that.
I think there's 200. Or, no, is it? Yeah, 200.
200 to 500. But
yeah, just real quick, before you even go into it, if anybody isn't aware, I collect Harley Quinn collectibles. So,
great.
Like statues and all that other shit. And I really like Cryptozoic's like Bombshell line. And so I knew that they were going to come out with, like, they've been like teasing this Golden Goddess one for I don't know how many months, since April, right?
I don't know.
It's been a while because they had a pre-order for it, but in order to pre-order it, you have to go.
Yeah.
Well, because I had to be there.
Who cares? You just make it.
No, I didn't want to lose out on my fucking money. If I'm not there to pick it up, I can't send you to pick it up. Like, I had to be there with ID to pick it up.
Oh, well, just send me your ID.
I had to show my card. I had to, yeah.
Send me all your
You're going to
stuff.
pass as me.
No, I'll be like,
you're not there.
I'll be like, my friend bought it. Here's his info. You can call him right now if you want, but I'm picking this up one way or another. That's what I would have said. They would have let me pick it up. Are you serious?
Dude, if they wouldn't fucking let you buy. All right, so get to the story. They didn't let you buy it, and you were what, maybe 5 before the last one?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't that close.
Essentially,
well,
bottom line is this:
there's a set of 3. There's 3 of them. It's like Supergirl or Superwoman, right? And Harley Quinn and Wonder Woman.
Catwoman, Harley Quinn, and
is that those 3? I didn't know. I know there's 3 of them. Mm-hmm. And what they were doing is every day they were only selling so many, and you could only buy it as a set. So I couldn't go and just get Harley Quinn. I couldn't go and just get whatever else. You know what I mean?
You couldn't get them individually.
Right.
So I agreed to just get the set as
Right.
long as you could fucking get
But
it.
they were
I was
only
fine
selling so many sets per day.
per day.
Yeah, and I was only there Thursday morning and Saturday morning. I couldn't be there Friday or Sunday morning. So by the time I got to Cryptozoic's booth, which is all the way on the other side of the convention center that they let you in from. So they let you in on one end, and their booth is all the way on the other.
Opposite end.
There was already, I thought the line was short because I got there, and I saw like this girl worked at the booth from the night before, and I was like, "Oh, cool, end of the line, right?" She's like, "Actually, no, it's right there." And I turn around, and it's like a whole other line that's wraps around and stuff, and I'm just like, "Oh my gosh, okay, cool, I'll hop in." And I didn't know the deal at the time. I didn't know they're only doing sets. Like they didn't.
At that point.
Yeah, and it was really hard because the line was pretty gigantic, and the guy who was explaining it, who works for Cryptozoic, was like kind of talking just to one part of the line, and then people start asking questions who were close to him, and then he like walks away, and it's like, okay, I can't get out of line to go ask you a question because I lose my spot, and I can't hear what you're saying because you're too far away, so it was like a whole thing. So by the time I actually found out what was going on, it wouldn't have mattered anyway if I knew earlier, but I'm just saying when you're waiting for 40-50 minutes, you kind of want to know what's happening.
You get a different mindset going into
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
And then I learned that they're only selling so many sets a day, and
At that point, I would have just counted like or I would have even just polled everybody. Like, are you guys all here for this? Yeah. Okay.
right. But the
then I'm
thing
out.
that sucks is that like if they were just selling 50 Harley Quinns on Thursday, whatever, right? Just say, hey, you could buy them singles. We're only selling 50 singles though. Then I may have got one because I was probably like 15 or 20 people away when they were like, hey, we're sold out of our daily allotment.
Because everybody that bought the set was only looking for one specific
Exactly,
character.
most likely.
So like that's the
Right.
issue.
Yeah. So, somebody who has a Harley Quinn probably didn't want it, and somebody I don't know, and I too far away to see who's actually buying stuff. So it's not like I can see like, okay, this person bought it, and I can't ask them, hey, do you want Harley Quinn? If so, I can just give you like $50 right now, and we call it a day.
Yeah.
So how the line was set up, I couldn't see who was buying what because you purchase inside of their booth, and the booth wasn't gigantic, but just the line is behind their booth, so you can't see anything inside.
It's on the other side. Yeah.
So by the time they sold out, I was almost at the line around the booth. So there's a line like
the second.
yeah,
line.
exactly. So if
Or first, depending on how you.
right. So if I was there, I could have seen people buy it, and and then so I got like to the front, and they still had them like on display, and I was like, "Are you guys serious? Like you didn't put these away?" So I sent all.
So that's the part that really bothered.
Yeah, and I sent you a video, and I like zoomed in. I was probably like 20 feet away. I kept zooming in, and I was like, "Can't buy." Like,
I was so fucking pissed. Like you don't understand. So pissed.
Yeah.
So pissed because like if you could fucking see it, if I can physically reach over and grab this,
I could have
toy,
picked it up and ran if I really wanted to.
100% you could have. If you could just like pick it, if I could touch it, you're gonna let me buy this. Like you're not gonna be an asshole.
Well,
and sure enough,
they didn't let anybody buy it.
it's I don't know, man. I thought that was a little
Right.
bullshit.
Right.
I disagree with how they did that to the point that I even so I tweeted at them.
Really?
I was so mad. Not at them directly. I replied to one of the things. They're like, "Thanks for everything, blah blah blah. It's been a great SDCC."
Right.
And I replied back. I'm like, "Thanks for nothing." Like just so salty and shit. I'm mad, dude.
Yeah.
I'm really fucking mad. I really wanted that. I mean, you still got me the other one, the
smaller
25th
25th
anniversary
one,
one, but that's not the one that I want. Like
Right.
the one that I really wanted was the other one.
Yeah.
And that's what really got to me.
Right. So I mean,
But-
yeah, that was the whole thing. Or it would have been nice if they handed out papers or something, so you could be like, "This is what I want." Because the second
This
day,
is what I want.
when I got there or not second day, so the third day when I got there on Saturday, the line was shorter than it was when I got there on Thursday. And I asked the guy directly. I knew immediately what the situation is, so I asked him, I'm like, "Hey, how many sets are left?" He's like, "There's only about 20 sets left or something like that." And there's probably like 50
For the day.
Yeah, there's only like 50 and 60 people online. So, even if every other person, I got a problem. But I don't know. Not everybody maybe wanted to buy that. But so if they had papers, I could have went around and been like, "Okay, what do you have? What do you have?" I literally would have went to every person and asked them, and I would have counted it out.
You would have polled them.
Yeah.
and then just gone from there. Yeah,
Right.
100%. Like I don't know. They need to figure that out.
I think they weren't expecting what they got though. The amount of people, because I was talking to one of the guys, and he was like, "Yeah, preview night, which is Wednesday night. Usually preview night's not crowded, first of all, and preview night this year we had a lot of people." And he was like, "We did 10 times more sales on preview night than we did last year."
Crazy.
So.
And that was not Cryptozoic. That's like somebody else.
Not Cryptozoic.
Oh, Cryptozoic.
Yeah.
Shit? So they were selling shit on preview night?
They weren't selling the exclusives. They were just selling other stuff.
Oh, they could fuck right off.
Right. I mean, you knew that, though.
It's so
you knew that.
dumb.
Remember, I asked you, I'm like, are they selling it Wednesday as preview night? It'd be easier for me to get it. And you're like, no, it starts on Thursday.
I didn't know that it was that. I thought you were just saying, in general, like, can people sell shit?
Oh, yeah, anybody can sell stuff. But you said Cryptozoic was only selling Thursday. And they were, because I went and I asked them. And she was like, the girl was like, yeah, we started selling all the exclusives tomorrow, which was Thursday at the time.
Heartbroken.
Yeah.
Bro.
Anyways.
Absolutely.
So they did 10 times more sales, though, on preview night than they did last year. And they wasn't even selling exclusives. That was just like whatever else.
That's just regular random shit. Yeah. Wow, that's insane.
So I don't think they were expecting the demand they got. So, I mean, I can be a little bit, sympathetic towards how they handled it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But it could have been done better.
Yeah, it still could have been done better. So hopefully next year they learn on how to do it better.
Fuckers.
Yeah. So
yeah, it's Cryptozoic. You mentioned something in chat the other day, or not the other day, but a while ago, that you got hands-on time with the HoloLens.
Oh, I did, yeah.
Can you, so I, like, on purpose, I ignored / did not check chat for a while.
Oh, I don't think
because I kind of wanted to see what that was all about. First off, like, who had it? Like, why was it there?
Right. So I went. So Comic-Con is not just within San Diego Convention Center. It's pretty much entire downtown San Diego. It's taken over. So there's things all over. First there's a bunch of hotels in downtown San Diego. So a lot of the ballrooms in these hotels get taken over for different things. Like Nintendo has one. I mean, that's just like big name. Microsoft used to have one for Xbox. They don't do it anymore, though. At least they didn't do it this year. There was a VR showcase, or like VR and future technology showcase at Omni, right across the street from, from the convention center. So I decided to check it out. I'm walking around, kind of got tired of walking around the show floor. So I'm like, let me go check out the stuff around it. So I went there, and I went in and stuff like that, looked around, and really the only thing I cared about looking at was Hyperloop had a setup. I'm sure you know what Hyperloop is, right?
Yeah.
So for anyone who doesn't know what Hyperloop is, it's basically a transportation system, and they fall into the future technologies.
We talked about it on here.
Okay,
before.
I don't remember talking about it on here, but sure. Still, for anybody who hasn't listened to it before, basically it's a tube, and you hop in like a little car, and that goes, shoots you like super, super fast. So they're talking travel times, Los Angeles to San Francisco, like half an hour, stuff like that.
Minutes. Yeah.
Which usually the flight's not usually much longer than that, but this is just still an alternate way.
You just avoid a lot of the security checks.
Right,
obviously they're gonna have their own security, but like it's not like airplane travel.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically think about it like I think we described it as when you go to a drive-through in a bank and they give you the tube.
Exactly.
That's basically
basically what's happening.
That on a bigger scale is Hyperloop.
Yeah. So I was watching with the guy, and I was like,
shout out Elon Musk.
Yeah. And I was like, so when can we expect Hyperloop? And he first gave me like a short answer, then he went into a whole thing, and we started talking about literally I talked to this guy, I'm pretty sure his name's Nico. Talked to Nico for, I don't know, I was probably there for like 35, 40 minutes, maybe at least.
Wow.
Yeah. So we were talking about it all. He told me about the challenges that they're facing. Mainly they're facing challenges that are like, hey, we want to build this. And he's like, in the U.S., it's really hard to build because you have to get approval from this person and this committee and this thing and that,
Every
town
or every place that they pass by is going to have to be approved.
Exactly. And not only that, they need a straight line. So California and New York and all the other places where it would be useful for in the United States are already heavily built out, heavily populated. So that would mean they would have to build it somewhere else so they could You know what I mean? I mean, like outside of the city, they would
Yeah,
have to
'cause
build
you
it.
also don't want.
Right. So I mean, they have to make a straight line, so it's difficult. They can't make turns like a train can and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because he's like, when you're going that fast, you can't make a turn.
You don't.
Yeah. Exactly.
It'll get sick.
Yeah. And he's like, going underground is difficult because it's so expensive and this and that. So he's like,
But aren't they? I mean, their company's also what's it called? They're associated with the Boring Company, who's working on the tunnels already, aren't they?
I don't know.
Because all of that is Elon Musk. Like,
Right.
If he's already working on those underground tunnels, you might as well just kind of put them in unison and
Still, I
work
mean,
together
still
on that.
permits. It's still like he was just like
Yeah,
too much
no,
red tape.
100%.
Yeah. He was like too much red tape. So he's like, we're probably gonna launch in 2020, 2021 in Abu Dhabi, because all that has to happen there is the king has to say yes, and then we can build.
Yeah.
He's like, there's no other crazy things you have to do, and all that other stuff. So he's like, and also the desert. It's in the desert, and it's a pretty much. It's not as. I mean, they have a bunch of stuff, but it's a lot more flat and a lot more open land than there is in the United
They'll
States.
just be able to test it a lot more.
Yeah.
And kind of get a feel of
Yeah.
how it should be, or they'll yeah.
Yeah, so he was like, that's where, showing the rest of the world that like, hey, this works. But it's really cool.
I mean, but
What?
they could just do like a smaller scale, like from one, like same state, or
That's what they're trying to do anyway, like LA to San
Yeah.
Francisco or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways, so they're looking at that, and he told me a lot of stuff I didn't know about Hyperloop, which I think is pretty cool. Mainly the fact that I don't remember all the technical terms,
Yeah.
so I'll put it as basic as possible. The whole thing has solar panels on top of it, so it doesn't use any power. All the power it uses, it gets from the sun, basically. So
There goes Tesla.
well, I mean, I think they kind of go hand in hand,
Yeah.
So they were talking about
Just fill it with power banks.
yeah. So there was another guy. His name is Ben. I think he's like super engineer guy or something, because he knew like, or maybe I don't know. I have his card. I'll have to look see what his official title is. But he seemed to dig a little bit more into technology. He's like, yeah, we developed a special type of battery that can be discharged fast enough to power Hyperloop, basically.
Wow.
And now they're like licensing that battery technology out to other places. So something like Tesla or whatever might be other people are using. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And also, I didn't know that somehow they said they use like nanotubes, but don't confuse tubes with like the tube that you travel in. It's more like the material that connects, that is like the tube and is the structure. So he was saying, if one piece is wrong or something happens, it like the whole system's self-aware, and it knows immediately what piece is broken, where it's broken at, how long. You know what I mean? Like the whole thing knows immediately. Yeah.
Holy shit.
So he's like, it's way better than a train or something, because a train, someone has to go through and check all the track, or someone has to go through and check the entire train. They have to scan it, everything else. Whereas this thing tells us immediately.
It's breathing on its own.
Yeah.
Basically.
Tells us immediately where a problem's at.
Wow.
And also going back to the power thing real quick, he's like, not only do we generate enough power to run Hyperloop, we generate enough power we could put back into the grid. So he's like,
So they're also even providing to the
right, which is great, because this is where the best part of Hyperloop comes in that I didn't even know about. They're not looking to charge riders to ride Hyperloop. Hyperloop's going to be free, or they want to make it free from a few ways. One is them selling power back to the grid. That's one way. The second way,
because it's going to be generating power.
yeah. The second way,
yeah.
there were like 10 ways. I don't remember all the ways because he gave me, but the two main ways, it was like selling power back to the grid, and also was like in-flight entertainment, basically. Or I don't want to say in-flight, but like in-tube entertainment.
Advertisements.
Yeah, exactly. Because you're in the seat for 30 minutes or however long you're in the seat for, and that's what it is.
You're just going to watch an advertisement for a half hour.
Yeah. But I mean,
but realistically,
free travel to watch an advertisement or something for half hour, you're going to do it.
Yeah.
And there was a few other ways too that we talked about, that he told me, on how they can monetize the experience instead of having people pay to use it, which is huge.
That's nuts, dude. I 100%, when I first heard about this, the first thing that came to my mind was, how much is this going to be to get from point A to point B, right? Because if a flight, like basically I was thinking about it, if a flight from here to there is $400, how much would it be for me to get there in Hyperloop going from city to city?
Yeah.
Because you're going to have to stop plenty of times to get from one connector to the other.
Probably.
You know, you have to. Well, I mean, they're not going to make a straight line from here to there.
I mean,
there's going to be plenty of stops along the way.
I don't know. I mean, who knows? Nobody really knows.
Anyways,
you know,
so that was the first thing. That's insane.
Yeah, they have a lot of ways that they can monetize the experience to basically make it free.
Wow.
So.
That's pretty. That's
yeah,
insane,
and
dude.
basically
that's crazy.
every chair that you're in, or like every chair, it's like, you know, when you go on a plane and it has the screen in the back, but this one's more like have you seen the Tesla screen? It's like super tall and probably like 25 inch or whatever. I mean, it's bigger, but same idea.
I test drove it.
Yeah.
I didn't tell you I test drove it.
You did, but I don't think you got into like the specifics of it. But the screen in the middle is really big, right? I'm pretty sure. I've never been in a Tesla, but yeah. So it's like same idea, but this one's probably like 25 inch or something. And the other cool thing.
Did they mention how many riders per tube?
This is where the VR part of the whole thing comes in. It
was a VR thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, first we were just talking about it. And then he was like, do you want to try a VR demo? And I was like, sure, I'll try it out. So basically it's you in a tube. That's basically what it is. And
by yourself?
Yeah, there's nobody else in it.
Okay. Oh, in the demo.
In the demo, right.
Okay,
but I mean, it's so you can get an idea, a feel of what it would be like to be in a Hyperloop tube, you know? Okay. So you have the screen I see the screen in front of me, and it shows things like you would expect. Oh, this is where you're at. You know what I mean? This is like how fast you're going, things like that. There's probably 2, 4, 6. Wait a minute. 2, 4, 6, 8, 12 to 16 seats total, if I had to guess from memory.
Per tube. Wow.
Yeah. I think that's about right.
Seems small.
And
but
the windows,
if you're traveling super fast.
There's actually no windows in the tube.
There can't be.
Exactly.
The light will get you sick or something, no?
Well, there are two things. Yeah. Motion sickness is a problem, and you're going so fast. Okay, three things, I guess. Motion sickness is a problem, right? For some people, I think I'd be fine, but some people it could be a problem. Second, you're going so fast, you won't even notice you couldn't even look at anything. It'd just be a blur. You know what I mean?
You'd see a light or something every couple miles, or every mile.
Right, but I mean,
something.
It's not like, I mean, the plane's different, because the plane, you're so far off the ground, you can observe.
Your brain tells you otherwise. Like, yeah.
You know, but when you're going that fast, I don't even know how fast it goes. Let's say it goes 500-600 miles an hour. When you're going that fast on the ground, you're only like a few feet above the ground. Like, everything's a blur at that point in Hyperloop. You know what I mean? And the main reason is structural integrity of the tube. You know, if you cut windows, that's why airplane windows are so small. Is because structural integrity of the airplane. Same idea for Hyperloop. You know, and
I wouldn't want windows in that bitch anyway.
Right. And the proposed windows are gigantic. They're basically big screens, and they put different scenes up. So there was one time where, you know, he was like, "Here's the first scene, and it looks like you're just going through a desert with some mountains and stuff." And then he changed it to something else. It was like some type of fall scene or whatever. So it makes it so you don't feel claustrophobic, you know, without
that's size.
Right, without the thing's not very big. I mean, if I had to guess, he told me the specs, but I don't remember. But the footprint of the whole thing is really small, you know. Anyways, it makes it feel so not claustrophobic while still making, you know, not compromising the integrity of the tube. So yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then back to the whole original thing. After I did all this, after Nico and I had talked for 30 minutes, 35 minutes, whatever, did the VR demo, etc., etc., the other guy
saw HoloLens.
I saw it there. I didn't ask about it though. The other guy picked it up. Ben picked it up, and he was like, "Hey, do you want to try HoloLens? Or have you ever used it before?" I said, "No, I haven't." He's like, "Do you want to try it?" I'm like, "Yeah, actually, I really want to try it for a long time." He's like, "All right, cool. Well, here, let me load this up." And
there's a bear shit in the woods.
Yeah. Well, I mean, who knows? Maybe I didn't know what it is. You know, it doesn't just because you know I'm there doesn't mean I know what HoloLens is or anything else about it. But I know what it is. So I was like, yeah, I definitely want to try this. He's like, cool. Well, here's what we use to like organize stuff. Basically, there's like a calendar on there. A project management portal is what I would call it. You know.
Okay.
And this is like literally what they use at Hyperloop to like manage Hyperloop. And he was like, I'll show it to you. I was like, sick. But I found it really hard to use. I'm not sure why I found it so difficult. Maybe the only thing is, here's one thing I can think of. In VR, when you first set up a VR headset, you have to set like the spacing of the lenses and stuff and a couple other things to match your eyes. And I'm thinking maybe his spacing, because HoloLens had a very similar thing. Maybe just the spacing or how it was on my head or something. Maybe just my eyes and his eyes don't match. Yeah. And I was not seeing the complete picture. Also, it was really, really bright in that room. Like windows were open and stuff, in the middle of the day. So it was really, really bright.
So it just made it difficult to actually even see what was going on.
Yeah. And I don't know. I think it was more just misaligned, though, for my eyes. Or I'm blind, either one. I don't know what it is. Because he was like, do you see the blue dot? And I'm like, I really don't want to sound stupid, but I don't see a blue dot. And then once I like adjusted it and held it at a certain angle, I was like, okay, now I see the blue dot. So I think it was just not properly aligned for my eyes. Is all it really was.
You're probably going to have to customize.
Yeah.
Like that.
But even once I saw the complete picture, the field of view is really limited. Like super, super limited. And when they had like a 3D rendering of what the station would look like. So with HoloLens, basically I can walk around the literal station. Yeah. Does that make, or the virtual station? Does that make sense?
Because you're seeing it in front.
Yeah. So I can walk around it. But when I got to parts that were like that needed more rendering time, the window, the field of view became even smaller, and you could see like it wasn't loading slowly, but it wasn't like perfectly fluid. So instead of it being, I don't know, I'm gonna make up 30 frames a second. Instead of being 30 frames a second, it's probably like 20.
It just dropped.
Yeah.
So now you're trying to figure out.
I mean, you can still see exactly what was going on, but the experience definitely changed, and it was very noticeable. And like I said, the main thing for me was hard to see it, and I think that was the main thing. But I don't know. Like I said, I have a feeling I don't think it was actual hardware. I think it was just how it was configured, and for me, it wasn't proper.
Configurations to the user.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was a little disappointed because I was super excited.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw it, so I got to play with the HoloLens today, I'm like, exit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will save this conversation for another time because I am interested.
And I gave the longest explanation ever. But
was it heavy? How did it feel? Like in terms of like the hardware itself?
Yeah, it's pretty light. How it goes on your head I feel is archaic though. There's like what can I equate it to? There's like, I don't know, there's a knob on the back of it. So basically like you open it up all the way and put it and then like start screwing it first. You like start screwing it onto your head, you know what I mean?
So like the logo for Steam or for Valve.
Yeah, kind of. It is kind of like that. And it's like click, it's like clicking and the band is closing. But it was really comfortable. It wasn't a problem to wear or anything like that. So, and I have a feeling that a later hardware version, it will also be lighter. I mean, it wasn't heavy, but I have a feeling that
they're gonna
improve on. Yeah, I mean, just because of how it's shaped and stuff right now, I feel like they're gonna be able to trim some of that stuff down and make it even more refined. So, yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, I look forward to using it again at some point. So we'll see.
Comic-Con next year.
Yeah, I don't know.
You gotta hit up Nico.
yeah, Nico is a cool guy. He was a funny guy.
Shout out Nico, Hyperloop.
Yeah.
Wherever you are in the world, man.
Yeah.
Keep it going.
Totally.
What else?
I don't know. I spent a lot of money at what's it called? Like Comic-Con. That's the main thing.
What'd you buy?
A lot of stupid stuff.
Just knickknacks?
Yeah. So.
Do you want to get into your main purchase?
I mean, I can talk about it. I don't know. So I bought a lot of Joker stuff.
You haven't even received it.
Right. I bought a lot of Joker stuff. It's kind of weird. I don't dislike Joker.
I'm surprised. I mean, hold on. Wait. The only thing I've ever known you to collect / things that I've seen you collect are amiibos and amiibo holders. So when you were like, dude, I bought this Joker thing. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
I didn't even know you were like that much of a fan of Joker as is.
I don't even know if I am really, but I just saw it and I'm like, this is so sick. I just saw it. I'm like, this is so sick. Funny. It is freaking amazing. Basically, and the photos don't do it justice. I looked at my photo and I'm like, it's okay. And then I went back the next day and I looked at it I was like, oh my gosh, it's so sick. There's just something about it. It's really awesome. So they call it a life-size bust. It's really not a bust though. It's just a mask. It's a Joker mask, and it's it's interesting blend too. I feel it's like animated Joker slash Heath Ledger Joker slash like I don't know. It just has like a few different Joker personalities in it.
I definitely got the Heath Joker there.
The chin,
I mean,
the chin though, the chin is like the animated spot. It has the really long chin, you know. And
very Arkham style.
Yeah. So I saw it, and then it's on the stand. You can't really see the stand from the front, but the stand itself is covered by a lot of like Joker card decks, and they're all spread out a different way. And then there's a batarang like stuck to it, and I think the batarang is magnetic, so I can move it where I want.
Oh.
Even if I can't, I don't even care. I still think it's
still
sick.
Awesome.
Yeah, but so I mean, it just has like, just I don't know, the personality, whatever on it. It just was like, I need this. That's basically what it told me. It says a lot. Yeah.
It just looking at it, it truly fucking is an art piece. Like just looking at it, it says a lot.
Yeah.
You know, you have this mask of an iconic fucking villain. Here are all his like calling cards. And then right off of the side, you see a batarang, just kind of like half of one, like cutting into a card,
right.
like stuck into like. There's a story behind it, and it's a great fucking
definitely
piece.
Yeah. So
amazing piece. I'll add the pictures, and I'll add a link to where you can get
for sure
if anybody's interested.
Yeah, definitely. I mean the piece itself is called Face of Insanity, so. You know, you get that. It's a pre-order right now. It's not even expected to come out until end of this year, December to February actually. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, December 2017 to February 2018.
I'm probably thinking of something else.
Yeah, but it's actually, and I thought it was pretty affordable too, because a lot of sideshow stuff
collectibles
is expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just wanted to get the name out there.
Yeah, sideshowchoi.com is their official website, and then just look for Face of Insanity, or just check the notes for the post. It definitely will put it in there.
I'll post it up.
Yeah. So I pre-ordered it. It was $350. I think it's the most I've spent on anything like that.
On a collect. Yeah. As soon as you said, "Dude, I'm gonna buy this," I'm like, "Are you sure?"
Yeah.
You surprised me.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I've ever known you to spend that amount on a collectible. Like here we are talking about amiibos, which are
$12,
$13,
yeah,
like $15 tops,
right,
for an amiibo. And I'm like, yeah, no, man, that's cool. And then here you are spending, that much. I was like, holy fuck, like you're really going in on this, huh? But it's a great piece. Like I said, there's definitely a story behind it.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm probably gonna steal it.
It's really cool, yeah. And I don't know, like Sideshow has all their stuff is phenomenal, but
breathtaking.
Yeah, but for some reason this one I was like, I have to have this, and I was thinking it was gonna be a lot of the stuff too is pretty expensive, and this thing is not small. I mean, the mask is if you I don't know if you can take it off, but if you could, literally you could put it on a human face. Yeah, it's full size face, and it probably is. I'm trying to measure with my hands right now on my table. Do I have a
to scale?
Yeah, it's at least. Let me see. Do I have a measuring tape over here? I thought I did. I would say, I think it's more than a foot. I'd say it's probably about 1.5 feet tall. Around that, I'm trying to think and look at and judge by. Dude, I swear I have a thing around here somewhere.
The thing with Sideshow Collectibles also is that any of the things that you buy are extremely limited, and they're not gonna remake them.
Yeah.
Once they sell out, that's it. Like you own a piece of history.
Right.
And because they look so great, they have to charge fucking premium prices.
Right. I mean,
like,
this isn't bad. This is $350. So.
Yeah. I mean, but even all of the other stuff is around that price range. It's under $500 for the most part.
Right.
So yeah, $350 is borderline.
Yeah.
Their common go-to.
They haven't announced how many they're making of this. It says limited edition to be determined. But
it's gonna be based off of the pre-orders, and my best guess, as any of their stuff, it's less than 500.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I think it might even be less than 200 based off of
Yeah.
some other busts that they have. So
right.
Who knows? I think because of the size, also, it might be around 200.
Yeah, so we'll see. I just looked up the size, and I was pretty close. It's 21 and a quarter inches tall, so that's almost 2 feet, a few inches off of 2 feet.
You have a place to?
I have no clue where I'm putting it, or even I'm thinking too.
It's gonna be in the box, just like your collector's PlayStation.
Yeah, it might be, man. Because first, where am I gonna put it? Second, I'm not gonna put it just out. Like I would have to buy a case for it, plastic or glass. Because if I don't, it's gonna get dusty, and dust is gonna like.
Yep.
You can't clean it at a certain point. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like dust will stick to it and it'll ruin it. So it's like I have to put it in some type of case. So it becomes a whole thing. It's like I have no clue where I'm putting it or what. So.
That's funny.
But it's cool, and I bought it, and that's that story. I also bought Cryptozoic has a limited edition Joker hand. That is
oh, you got that too?
Yeah, so they're coming out with Joker hands, like purple ones, that's holding a Joker card. But I saw this one at their booth. It's a white glove instead of purple glove, and it's like blood splatter on it. And he's still holding the card, so we should put a photo of that too up there. And when I saw that, I don't know what started. I saw the Joker life-size bust first, but once I saw the bust, I said I need it, and once I saw the hand, I'm like, I need this, and all of a sudden,
I need both.
Yeah, it became.
It just trickled down to I need all of it. I need a Joker done.
Yeah, I don't know
what was the Joker hand?
Yeah, so definitely, and I'm gonna do unboxing of the Joker hand. And I think you also give me permission to open your Harley Quinn 25th.
My little Harley.
What else? I bought 3 things at Cryptozoic. Oh, and I bought you a normal Harley that is Series 2, I think.
I don't know what that means.
So they have multiple series at Cryptozoic. So they weren't selling any of the Series 1 stuff, which was like all the Harleys that you wanted were like Series 1 or already limited edition, like the Sketch Harley.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you bought it or not from the Canadian retailer.
I don't have. I've spoken to my contact. They're working on it.
Okay, I'm glad that's happening.
It's happening.
Okay.
Just not sure.
I don't know why you just didn't order it online. There's like 3 of them left, and that's probably all that's left in the world, So, yeah. But anyways, Series 2, so they make a series and then they done with it, and then they don't sell it anymore, is what I'm getting at. So now they're on Series 2. So I'm pretty sure the Harley that I got you is Series 2.
Which one?
Well, let me open the bag and look. I sent it to you. What do you mean, which one? I sent it to you.
Did you really?
Yeah, I took a photo. I'm like, this is the one I was able to get you.
I don't remember.
I would say.
I only thought you got me the red Harley. I don't remember the other one.
No, I got you the red one, and I got you this one too.
The mini.
Yeah, the red one's the mini. This
Send
one.
a picture, 'cause I gotta
this
see
one
it.
is like.
I may or may not have to alter an order that I just placed.
Oh, it is like Harley in her basic outfit, red and black. Does that make sense? Like a basic Harley.
From Cryptozoic?
Yes. Here, I'll send it to you right now.
You gotta have to send me a picture because I'm going fucking bananas right now trying to figure. But it's not a Bond show.
It is.
What?
It is. I sent this to you when I bought it. Oh my gosh, kill me right now.
Dude, because the golden one, man.
Your mind was somewhere else.
I was so mad.
Here, I'm sending this to you right now.
I was so mad at the golden one.
Sorry for the bad
That's
photo. The reflection isn't really working out here.
No, it's
But here, I just sent it to you.
Oh, holy shit. Okay. Oh shit. I just dropped something.
Oh my gosh. And I think this one is a Series 2. I think this is. I was like, what Harleys do you have? And they're like, Golden Glasses. I'm like, great. Can I have it? They're like, no, we're sold out. I'm like, great. I want the red one.
What can I buy?
Yeah, I want the red one.
So what the fuck can I get at your dumb booth?
Yeah, I'm like, I want the red one. And she's like, cool. I'm like, what other Harleys do you have? She starts looking around. I'm thinking, like, you don't really know what ones you have. Like, just give me any Harley thing you have. And she was like, well, we have this one. I'm like, great. Put it in my bag.
Is the bomb green on that one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
I'm going to have to alter this order.
Did you buy this one?
Yeah. It's okay.
That's funny.
Anyways,
yeah.
Or maybe I could just. I could have, dude, one to play with.
Oh my gosh, you're silly.
Silly.
Anyways, I got you that one too. So,
cool.
Yeah, and then I bought a bunch of art. I bought like a ton of art. It was really silly.
Nice.
I was walking by Artist Alley and I saw this one guy's stuff. And I was like, this is really cool. I'm like, I need this.
You just fell in love with a lot of stuff.
I was like, I need this, and he was like, it's 3 for $20, and I was like, cool, I like that actually. I'm like, that's a pretty good deal. I'm like, I can mess with that. And then I was flipping through the book to find which 3 I wanted, because you know they have like big books and you kind of flip through to see all the art and look at stuff.
Yeah.
And this couple comes up, and this guy also, his name is Jeff Balke. Super personable guy though. He's from Wisconsin or something like that. Forget where. Super cool guy though. Like, you know, totally different than what you would expect. Like super extroverted. You know, really cool about sharing stuff. And you know, people walking by, if you see somebody looking, he's like, hey, you know, want to come check it out? What are you looking for? Type. Like really good salesman, I guess you could say too. But I was buying stuff, even if he wasn't a great salesman. I was buying at least $20 worth of stuff.
Yeah.
And the ones in the book he had, he was like all these all colored, you know, hand colored by marker. Oh, the other cool thing is he had like just black and white ones, just the line drawings. And he was like, if you want, I'll color it right here on the spot. So it's 3 for $20 for ones that like prints of ones he already colored, or you could take like a line print and you could say like, you know, you could pick whatever colors you want. So if I wanted Deadpool to be green and blue, he would color Deadpool green and blue for me. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and I think that was $25 for one. And he was like, it'll take me about 30 minutes to do it. So I thought that was cool too, because you have a really unique piece at that point that you basically helped create. Yeah, but I didn't do that. What happened is
I'm over here like, yeah, dude, please tell me more. What did you get? I'm interested. But I did not do it.
What happened is
you see what
happened is this other couple came up and
yeah.
they started looking through a second book that I just thought it was the same book twice. I mean, why would you have different stuff? And you know what I mean? It's like, because you would think if you have the same book twice, then you could make 2 sales at the same time, right? Yeah. So I was thinking the same stuff in each book. So I only looked through one. And then they were there for a while. I'm like, you guys can look through the book. I know which ones I want, you know, and I was talking to Jeff anyway. So I'm like, I don't want to hold you guys up. Here's the book. Go ahead and look through it. So as I sent them to the book I was looking at, I kind of flipped through the other book. And I noticed it's not the same stuff in each book, that he's also selling some of the originals. Because what happened is I thought like $20 was getting me what I was seeing, but the one in the book was the one he actually colored, not the print. So the couple next to me bought 3 prints for $20. Like I said, it's a great deal.
Yeah.
And he pulled them out, and I looked at them. I'm thinking like they just don't pop like the ones in the books do. And then I noticed that the originals were being sold in the other book, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need these. And they were substantially more expensive. Instead of $20 for 3, it was like $40 for 1. Or like $60 for like the cooler ones. But I'm like, dude, these are the originals. Like, this is the only original copy this guy has of this. And if he wants to make it again, he has to like literally color it again on another one. You know what I mean? Like, this is it. And I'm like, I need this. So I bought like a bunch of those, a bunch of the originals, and they're super sick. I'll have to take photos of them and send them. They're really, really sick, actually.
Yeah, I gotta see that. That's awesome.
So I got a Wolverine. Ooh, I almost died. Hold on, my cord from my headset almost killed me. I got a Wolverine, and he actually colored it like Deadpool. So Wolverine's red and black.
Oh, shit.
And he was like, yeah, I just colored Deadpool, and I saw this Wolverine one, and I had to color it the same way. And I got this really awesome Batman and Joker one. So more Joker stuff. Basically, Batman is on the top half, and if you turn it over, Joker is now facing you. So they're dueling, but they're cut off at the midsection. And depending on how you turn it, it's like that's the one that's winning. So if you're looking at Batman straight on, it looks like he's winning. If you turn it over and look at Joker, it looks like he's winning. Yeah, so it's really cool. And then he had a set of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Those are prints though. He didn't have the originals of those, but I got all the Turtles. It was like $25 for the set, so a little bit cheaper than just the normal 3. I also got a print of Wolverine. And
wait, what team like each individual turtle?
Yeah, each like 12 by whatever, 14 by 12 or whatever this thing is the turtle. Nice. I got one of Wolverine, and he's in a fight. But basically, he's fighting Hulk, but you only see Hulk through the reflection of Wolverine's blades, if that makes sense.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so that's pretty sick. And then I got another one that we're not going to talk about right meow. I got some others in here, too. I don't know what I got, really. Oh, I got a Spider-Man one that's pretty dope. And let me see what else I got. And I got it's all turtles. I think I got a Deadpool one too. I think one of the originals is a Deadpool one. Let me see. I got 3 originals, I think. They all better be in there. Yeah, well, it's a Deadpool one. So definitely.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I still have a print that you got me whenever I placed an order from you last for Comic-Con stuff.
Right.
And I still have not hung that up, man.
Right. That's the Joker Harley Quinn one, right?
Yeah. I just need I need to move.
Right. No, so I walked by. That's Greg Horn, I think, did the one that I sent you, and I walked by and he didn't have too many new things. So that was the one who had the really cool Harley, with all the money that I sent you. Remember?
Oh, same guy.
Same guy. Yeah, he did that,
shit.
and I was gonna get it. I didn't get that one just because I couldn't find. Okay, so his deal was $20 for one, or $20 for one, and any one you buy after that is half off. So and once you buy 4, you basically get the 5th one for free.
Essentially, one became free.
Yeah, but it ends up being 5 for $50, like $10 each, kind of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he didn't have that much new stuff, and I bought that for you years ago, or I bought it years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But all the other things I would have bought were the same things I bought years ago. So I was kind of like,
the same shit. Yeah.
I couldn't find it. And even I thought, like, okay, I'll get Oz a Harley, and I'll get one too because I really like it. So there's 2, you know. And I'm like, there's a Deadpool that's kind of cool, but I'm like, after that, I didn't really see anything I liked. Else. Yeah. But the same kind of.
It happens a lot.
Yeah, so I felt bad because I really wanted it, but at the same time, I'm just like, there's nothing.
It's just not worth.
Yeah, it wasn't really.
That happens a lot because I know when I go to PAX and I go through posters and things like that, like some of the posters, I'm like, this is all of the same shit you had last year. Right. Like they're just going from con to con, just trying to fucking.
Which kind of sucks. I mean, because I really like his art, and
yeah.
I think it was 5 years ago when I bought all the stuff from him the first time.
It's time for some new stuff.
Yeah.
Man.
So when I somehow remembered his name. I don't know how I did. I'm like, what was that guy's name? And I was like, oh, Greg Horn. And I looked it up. I'm like, sick, he's here. And I trekked all the way across the convention center because it was on the other end, and I was kind of disappointed. So, but they're really nice about the pricing. They're like, hey, even if you buy one right now and you come back tomorrow and you say you bought one, we'll still give you half off that one. You don't have to buy them all right now. Cool. So I thought that was cool. They're super flexible about that.
Well, they just want to get paid.
Right, which is fine. But, I mean, it's just nice to have that because sometimes, you know, people
of course
are a little shady about this thing. So, yeah, that's that. So,
cool.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. A lot of people. Oh, Crackdown 3. We didn't talk about Crackdown 3.
Oh, you went to the panel thing,
yeah? Terry Crews.
Did you get any? Wait, did you get any of the goodies?
Okay, let me tell you that story. That's some real Chemo stuff right there.
It doesn't beat Cryptus up, but yeah.
Dude, so they gave everybody a raffle ticket. Like, we were sitting down, panel starts, and there's guys walking around handing raffle tickets. And then later, actually, Larry Herb, Xbox Live Major Nelson, was the moderator for the panel.
MC. Yeah, moderator.
So, you know, after he noticed all the tickets around out, he said, by the way, that raffle ticket you guys have is good for a poster. You know, make sure you go pick it up. And I meant to ask a question, like, where do we get the poster? And I completely forgot just because everything else is going on. And nobody else asked either. And I realized they didn't tell us where to get posters at. So I look on Major's Twitter thinking, like, he would have posted it, right? It's pretty obvious. Like, hey, this is kind of what you let people know where to get stuff. And he didn't. All he had was a picture of the poster saying, hey, you can get one of these at room 7AB if you come to the panel. I'm like, I was at room 7AB, and I walked around after the panel, and there was nothing there. And everybody was looking, too. So I'm like, okay, I'm not the only one. I didn't miss it. Like, nobody knew. So then I went on Twitter, and I looked through, like, anybody who was talking to Major Nelson, like, where did we get it? So I just replied to them again. I'm like, hey, where do you get it? Have you found it? I'm still looking for it, too.
Like a random person?
Yeah, I tweeted, like, because all the random people, there's like maybe 4 or 5 who were also
asking how.
Tweeted Larry. I did, too. I'm like, Larry, how do I get this? You didn't ever told anybody. And he didn't reply to any of us, but we figured it out. It ended up being at the Hyatt. Not even on the convention center floor, and some like premium room or something. I don't even know where exactly. Long story short, I didn't get it because this happened Saturday. Panel was Saturday at 11 a.m.
Yep.
I met my friend. Well, panel. It was Saturday 11 a.m. I was after the panel. I bought the art, all the art I just explained. I bought that right before Crackdown panel, so I had to run to Crackdown panel after I paid a bunch of money for art. And I'm holding this stuff, and it's just in like a normal sleeve. It's not like really protected, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm like being super cautious, you know, about all my art. And I get to the panel, and I throw it on the floor. I sit by the projector because they have the projector showing like Crackdown 3, slides, and stuff like that. I sit by the projector, and I put my art under the projector, like under the cart of the projector to protect it, right?
Yeah.
So panel ends. I'm running around holding my art all like very gingerly, trying not to mess it up, and look for this stupid poster somewhere because the poster's actually really cool. We should post a photo of that too. It's like Terry Crews on it, and it's just a really cool poster.
Oh, really?
And it's exclusive to San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh.
And all the other ones kind of suck. They're going to have one at PAX and like a few other Gamescom, another event. And I feel sorry for any of those people because they're just getting the third of the Crackdown logo. It's so shady. It's the Crackdown logo divided into 3 pieces. And if you get the left or the right piece, all you get is the little like angle bracket at the end, you know? And San Diego Comic-Con is like this super sick artsy one. I'm like, this is so awesome. I want this. And anyways, so I'm trying to protect my art. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to find this later. I'm going to run back to my car, throw this stuff in the car because I don't want to get ruined. And I'll come back and I'll start looking for it again. So on my way to the car, there's 100,000 people in downtown. I run into 2 of my friends. Ironically, I'm walking down the busiest street in downtown San Diego during Comic-Con, and 2 of my friends spot me. You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh, cool, what's up? What are you guys doing? Oh, I spot all this art. Oh, so sick, whatever. Drop off the car. I'll talk to you guys later. So I drop off the car. I tell him I'll see him later. I didn't think I was actually going to see him. I go back into the convention center after I drop the stuff off my car. And I go to the Xbox booth. I'm thinking maybe Larry will be around the Xbox booth or somebody that can tell me where to get this will be the Xbox booth. Yeah. I mean, I knew it was a long shot because the only thing at Xbox booth was, what's the new, not Shadow of Mordor. What's the new one called?
Shadow of War?
Whatever it is. It was only that game. That was the only game in the booth. So I knew my chances were limited. Yeah, it wasn't a big booth. They had maybe 16
on Xbox
One X. It was on One X.
Oh,
yeah.
Shit. Okay.
But there's maybe 16 or 20 of them set up, like console set up. But that was the only game in there. They had a gigantic dragon in the front. People taking photos. It was actually really cool. This dragon was gigantic. People taking photos on it. It was really awesome. Anyways, I don't see anybody there, and that's when I start tweeting everybody else, like tweeting Major Nelson, tweeting like random people who were at the panel also. Hey, did you find it? And I got disappointed. No one's replying, and five minutes at that point feels like 30. You know, so I texted my friends. I was like, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" Because they didn't have tickets to the convention. They were just doing all the stuff outside. You don't need tickets for everything. Like, there's a bunch of stuff outside you can do that's open to the public. And they're like, "Hey, we're in line for laser tag." And I was like, "Sick! I wanted to do that, and I couldn't find it." And they're like, "Well, it's over here. It's how you get there." And I'm like, "Sick! I'm gonna come. Can you? Is that fine?" They're like, "Yeah, we're in line. It's probably about 15 minutes." I got there just in time. They had just got through the line. I signed. There was like a little waiver or something I had to sign. I played some laser tag. I totally killed that laser tag, by the way. I was like
Did you find?
I was the beast.
Game?
No, it's not. That's what I thought it was. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We talked about it on the show, didn't we? Recoil? Is that what it's called? Is it called Recoil?
2 episodes. Recoil. Yeah.
Yeah.
2 episodes.
So that's what I thought it was because you had told me it was in downtown.
That they were there.
Yeah.
I saw a bunch of people like posting, playing, and I was like, "Oh man, that looks so much fun."
These were different. They were just like a black gun with a little attachment on it. I have photos. I'll send you the photos too. Mm-hmm. So don't put this post up. Don't put this show up until I send you like all. I got like 100 photos to send you.
I'll edit it and you can add.
And what's it called? So we did that though. It was a great time. I still had a great time. They had like cars set up and stuff, and like a little mock house was set up, and we were just totally dominating the other team. I felt bad for them. They all ran in the house, and we stood outside. So anytime they like poked out, it was like boo, 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 and these guns were accurate, bro. They were
really,
or as DJ Cal would say, they were accurate. They were so accurate. Like they made a little like beep, 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 beep. If you shot it, like you could hear the person's beep if you shot him. You know what I mean?
That's cool. Yeah.
So. This one guy, I felt bad for him. He kept popping out, and for whatever reason, he never looked at me, and I just kept popping him. It's like boom, boom, boom. He would just look at him and be like, "Yeah, I got you, bro." And then
all your lives are gone, homie.
And then I would flake. All the people would be in the house. I'd flake the house, and I got all 5 of them at one time. They didn't even know because they're all looking outside of the house. I'm like, "Oh, this is perfect." I'm like, Gears of War instinct kicked in. I'm like, I'm flanking everybody, and I run around. I go in the house. I shoot like 2 kids. That sounds really bad. But the work is way.
You're just curb stomping the little kids.
Oh my god! So I walk in.
Out my way.
The little kids,
Bang.
like one was just hiding. He wasn't even trying to shoot anybody. But I saw him. I was like, pop, and I got him. And I got 5 seconds. It's 5 seconds till he could shoot me. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm like, I look up and I see another little kid, and she's shooting out. So I like pop. I shoot her, and then the other ones are just looking, like they're looking about to shoot. So I go like pop, 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 and I'm just sitting there, and I just looked at them all. And I was like, you, and I ran away. I ran away. And none of them shot me. None of them shot me. And then they had this gigantic they had this gigantic mister because it's outside, like open. You know what I mean? It's not no cover above you. So I mean, it wasn't super hot, but it was warm. So these gigantic misters. And after I did that, I just went over in front of the mister. I put my hands up, and I just stood there with like my hands up in front of the mister. Like, what is anybody gonna do? I just run the whole game. Like I had 29 kills and like I shot 500 times or something like that.
Jesus.
Yeah, it didn't tell me how many times I died, but from my count, it was no more than 5. So I was like at least.
So you had a good
I was like
time.
29 to 5. Yeah, I was totally messing them up.
That's
I felt bad for everybody, except myself. Anyways, I forgot what we were talking about. Oh, I was talking about Crackdown and how I missed the poster. Yeah. So I did that.
I had so much fun curb stomping kids.
So I forgot about Crackdown. But before that was the biggest thing in my life was that poster. Anyways, we did that, and then after that we went. We're like, well, let's go get a drink, and I was so happy. I was like, yeah, I want a drink. That was great. So we went and got a drink, and then I had to leave, and it was time for me to go to Vegas because I'm going to Vegas that night.
Yeah.
So it was like 4 o'clock or 4:30 at that time, and I met another friend, and he was going to the convention the next day. And I meant to give him my raffle ticket and tell him like, hey, you need to go get this. Because he would have done it. He was like, let me know if you need anything, whatever. I'm like, yeah, I'll let you know. And I totally forgot to give him that raffle ticket. I sent him a photo of it though, but he I don't think he found it. So that's how I didn't get the poster. But now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna email Major Nelson. Oh, and this other lady, what's her name? Nicole something another. She was at the panel too. She wasn't part of the panel. She was like off to the side. But Larry Hurd made a major point to say that she's the reason why Terry Crews is in Crackdown.
Oh,
so
nice.
she works somewhere on the game. I'm not sure exactly what her position is on the game.
Yeah.
But the dev team, I posed the question like, who is a person in real life that could actually be an agent? And she was like,
there's nobody better.
Yeah, she was like Terry Crews, and they told a story like, oh, we all laughed and like, there's no way you're getting Terry Crews and this and that. And I guess
she's a gamer though, like.
Yeah, so he told that story too. I think they filmed a panel, and I hope it gets posted. They definitely.
Oh,
they
yeah,
definitely, yeah. So I'll tell you that in a second too. But what's it called? She was there, and we all clapped for her. So I tweeted her too, because I was like, what was that girl's name? And I remember, and I found her. So I tweeted her, and she was like, hey, I think it's at the Hyatt, but I didn't see her tweet until the next day, or when I got home. It was when I got home. Yeah. And then I realized I didn't get my friend the raffle ticket, and I was really sad. So this Nicole girl is the reason why Terry Crews is in the game. So she's super cool, and if you like Crackdown or Terry Crews at all, you should hit her up and just say thank you, because she was really polite, and she's the reason 100%. Why he's in it. Anyways, yeah, so he told a quick story about why he's in the video games. And he said a couple years ago, maybe it was a long couple years ago, he said, my son, he was over there on the computer and playing games. And I can't tell how Terry Crews tells it. That guy is so vibrant.
He's so animated.
Yeah, super cool guy.
Oh man, I wish I gotta see this.
Yeah, I hope they posted. They definitely did film it. Anyways, he's like, come to find out though, he's like, my son wasn't playing games. He was watching other people play games. He was on Twitch, And he was like, this whole time, I thought he was playing games, and my mind was blowing. He gave this whole thing, and he's like, all right, he's like, I want to know what my son is doing, not to like be like regulate on him, not to be punish him, but to be in his life and understand, because he was like, as kids we had this and that. And
exactly.
He's like, I just want to be part of my child's life. So I started asking him questions, and he's like, I got really excited. I really enjoyed this. And he's like, you know what? We're gonna build a computer. So he bought all the parts and everything, and he and his son.
Intel hooked him up. Man.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen?
No, I didn't see. Anyways,
I think it was Intel or it was a collection of people. Yeah. They fucking hooked him up.
Yeah. So anyways, he built a computer, and he told how he tells the story is. And uncanny. He's the best person, best talker, I don't know what you want to call it, in the world. Yeah. And he was like, it's late, and I'm on Facebook Live, and I'm asking people for help, and it's not working. He's like, we finally get it all together. We hook it up, we press the power button to turn it on, and it doesn't turn on. And he's like, I'm flipping out. He's like, it's almost 9 o'clock. Best Buy's about to close. He's like, I unhook the computer, I pick it up, I run to Best Buy, I put it on the counter, and he goes, I need you to make this work right now. And then he's like, oh yeah, Terry Crews that I'll give you photos later, whatever, just make this computer work, Yeah. And they go back and they test it and everything. They come back out and they're like, Mr. Crews, which button were you pressing to turn it on? He's like, this one right here. They're like, that's not the power button. This one is. So the whole time the computer was perfectly fine. It just turns out he pressed the wrong button and he didn't really try it again. He just like, Terry got into him, was like, how was it not working? So that was the funny story about that.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And then he was like, he also talked about how he likes the medium of games and how basically if you're in a game, you live forever. And he was like, I want to leave a legacy behind.
Immortality.
Yeah, I want to leave a legacy behind. And he's like, this is the best way to do it. He's like, he'd be in movies and stuff, but this is just a different way of doing it. And he looks like he's having a great time doing the game.
I can't wait for the commercials to come out
Right.
for this game. All I'm picturing is like, what's the lotion shit that the other commercials this dude's in?
Oh, Old Spice.
Old Spice.
Yeah.
Like I'm just picturing like that energy in a fucking Crackdown commercial.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so good.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
So it was cool. What's his name? He is a playable character in the game also, and
Unlockable or
I don't know. They
They
just said playable character, and originally the max agent level was 5, but they said that once they got him in the studio doing the boom trailer, the one from E3,
yeah.
and he was breaking the suit, like literally, like the suit would pop off if he flexed or something. They
Yeah.
realized that they were like, we realized that agent level 5 for Terry Crews is not enough. So he's the only agent that's a level 6.
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
they went through and redid like the whole thing. So he's the biggest agent there is, and that's like the whole. So
You're probably gonna have to work up to that then.
yeah, it's super cool. He's commander. So he's Commander Isaiah Jackson, and
That's so sick.
Isaiah is actually
Wait.
his son's name. That's the cool part about it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So not only is he like immortalized in this game, so is his son, because this character's
But his
name in the
son's name
game.
is in
Yeah.
there, yeah.
Which was cool. And he has a tattoo, or like, I don't call it a tattoo. It's a mark on his arm that says Daddy Duck, and they wouldn't really tell you what that meant, but supposedly it means something in the game, and they kind of teased it. So he's Daddy Duck. So people kept calling him Daddy Duck after they showed it off for the first time. And also he's more decorated than any other agent in the game, because they're like, if this is the most elite agent there is, if you're like, if you're in the military or whatever, you have all the extra flair, you got the extra, like, hey, you've been in the military for a long time, you've done a lot of stuff. So he has things that nobody else has on his
so
character.
sick,
Yeah.
dude.
So
They're going all out with this character,
Right.
which is great. I'm with it. The game is already like over the top, and
Yeah.
with him in it, it's so much fucking cool.
yeah, so it's gonna be cool. Game Crackdown 3 is gonna be similar playstyle to the other ones. I mean, obviously, but at the same time, Crackdown 1 and 2 are different than a lot of other open world games, because you can just kind of go, and if you want to climb to the top of the building and shoot that boss in the face or throw him off the building, you can do that. And same thing in Crackdown 3. They because somebody asked, and they were like, yeah, you can still do that in Crackdown 3.
Perfect.
So to me, that was kind of like the difference of Crackdown and other open world games. You don't have to.
You could just there's no linear path to.
Yeah,
any
it's however you
quest
want to experience
line.
it. You can experience it.
That's how it's done,
Yeah. So that was that, and there's probably a lot of other things I'm forgetting about what happened there, but I'm gonna look right now and see if it's online. Crackdown 3, SDCC.
The video.
Yeah, it'd be cool if it is.
I gotta check that out. Definitely wanna watch that.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe somebody recorded it also. It's probably on YouTube or something.
No, they yelled at us. They're like, "Don't record this."
Oh,
yeah.
really? Oh shit.
But like I said, there were like official
Like,
Xbox
they were
people with like
professional, yeah.
cameras doing it, and there was a guy taking a ton of photos the whole time. So, yeah.
So it lives somewhere.
Yeah, it has to be out, or I don't know. Someone has it somewhere. So
Probably gonna have to hit up Major Nelson and see.
yeah, good luck with that. He won't even reply to where my poster at.
He's a local, so he'll reply to me.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Good luck with that.
Next time I see him, I'll just ask him.
Yeah.
That's it.
Anyways,
Good?
yeah. Sure. That's it. Yeah.
We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, it's been long,
what
and plus I gotta go pretty soon. So
better way to end it than that.
August games with gold,
Territories.
but were announced today. You got Slime Rancher Trials Fusion, Bayonetta.
Oh, Trials. Oh,
Trials
my God.
Fusion is free, or will be free in August, from August 16th to September 15th.
Great.
On the 360 side, you got Bayonetta and Red Faction Armageddon. So
2 good games.
I think all of them are pretty good. I don't know what Slime
Actually,
Rancher is.
I don't know what Slime is, but all
Right.
really good games.
Yeah.
really good. They've definitely fallen off. The last few have been kind of
Last month, I don't even know if I need to go. I don't think I have the games for the
weird.
second half of the month, so I need to get those. I don't even know what they are.
Wow.
But yeah. Anyways.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll leave it at that. You can follow the show on Twitter, downright up left. You can follow me on Twitter. I'm at TrueOz. That's at JSpin. And you can leave it a review wherever you listen to the show. If it's on Stitcher, if it's on Google Play, iTunes, TuneIn. We're on TuneIn Radio. I don't know if you knew that. But anywhere that you listen to us, leave us a review.
Yeah.
Hit us up. And yeah, that's it. Play to your drool. Peace.
Bye.
F Ghana.